Hello. If you're new here, hi. I'm Squid. Today we're playing a game called the Stanley Parable, Ultra Deluxe. Deluxe. I can speak, trust me. But yeah, I've heard very good things about this game. I think I saw a playthrough of it like years ago. I could be wrong, but yeah, I remember nothing about it. I don't know what to expect. But yeah, so it's apparently it's a very like meta game, um, very existential. We already have a bit of Inception here. You can see on the screen it just goes onward and onward. But yeah, I'll just turn up the volume a bit. And yeah, let's just get right into it, shall we? Begin the game. The end is never, the end is never, the end is never. Okay, we're not going to question that.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
I love the voice acting.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
Oh God.
And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
It's a metaphor for capitalism. Sorry.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, okay. Oh, we're in. Okay, let's... Sorry, immediately I have to. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna see how the audio is. Give me 1 second. Alright, the audio seems good. Alright, so... this is a very interesting concept already. Yeah, it seems very existential. I hate Mondays. Can we jump? No, we cannot jump. Very sad times. There's a clicky sound. Oh my god, best game. Okay, can we interact with anything? 428, 429.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I love the voice acting. Like, this is amazing. I love it.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Shut up. I'm just seeing if there's anything. Oh my. Number one dad. Oh. Can we? Oh. Okay, we're on the thing. Yes. Wait, is there no hitbox? Oh. Okay,
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map.
Yeah.
Until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design.
My God, it's genius.
He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary.
As I say that, holy fuck, this game is amazing.
To the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in?
Oh.
Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Are you sick? No, not yet.
Ah, then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you
Maybe.
never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do this one? Clearly,
Nice
this
lag.
whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if
We're like 5 seconds into this game. Dude, stop with the existentialism, please.
other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well, now,
fair enough.
I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Alright, I feel like we should kind of get along with the story. Wait. I don't know. Oh, well. Begin again. Alright, that was cool. I'm tempted to go and see, like, what the other option is, but...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I like work, I just hate my boss. Oh. Yeah, I don't like how there's papers everywhere. Sorry for the occasional lag spike, by the way. My computer is being weird today. Or empty offices. How the mighty have fallen. Nice. Sorry. Okay, I assume we just go on. Yeah.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
But what if I don't want to? What happens then? My curiosity's getting the better of me.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly
God damn
well.
it, Stanley.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yes, of course. It must be a very nice lounge.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Sure is a nice room.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay. But what if I don't want to? No, I'll follow along.
And so he
this
detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
But there's a button. But there's a button. Okay. It is taking all of my willpower not to press the big red button. But I know bad things can only come from big red buttons.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Oh.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive-aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers for not... Shut up. Slides. Sure your slide has a sick blue graphic in the header. And throw some bevel on all the text. Cool. Everyone is unique. You most of all. Okay, cool. To do standardized core value. Monetize free to play. Help, I'm opposed to. Oh. Okay. Broom closet. Can you?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
No. Can I interact with anything?
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. no reason to still be here.
But it's a lovely room closet, I gotta say. A bit drab,
It was
but
baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there
I'm
was
doing
something
much
to interact
important
with,
things here.
he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Okay, how much can we piss off the narrator?
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Wow. Also, I don't like how that has a radioactive symbol on it. That's very concerning.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never
what makes
would have
it
thought
great,
to
though.
mention it.
It's just a lovely room closet, you know? Yeah. Just feel like sitting here for a
Maybe
minute.
to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Yeah, the room closet ending is the best. That's also very much what I sound like.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably
the
only got
nerve.
the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also,
Well,
Stanley is
okay.
addicted to drugs and hookers.
Well, okay. That escalated quickly, Mr. Narrator.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
Oh.
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard.
Uh-huh.
Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby?
I have had
The person at this
headphones on
computer
already.
is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right.
Okay.
When you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Alright, I feel like that's all the room closet has to explore. I love that. That was amazing.
Second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Oh, what if...
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Okay, I'm sorry. Here we go.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
That looks very menacing. Oh, no, we'll go up. We'll humor this guy. What does that say? Executive bathroom. Okay. Is there anything in here? Lag? Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the boss has suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Okay. Cool. Anything on the computer? The beige pages. Lovely. Very tonal shift to this, like, gothic sort of style. Why are you holding up gun to the panda's head? Business strategy. Okay. Close the doors. Be a good human being. We can't close those.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
It was worth a shot, okay? I'm sorry. Listen, it's the law. We have to do it. 2845.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs, trying to input anything, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
You did not
he
tell me.
He stepped into the newly opened
pure
passageway.
skill there. Oh. Well, that's a bit menacing, isn't it? Oh. Do we just like... Okay. Oh, there's... Oh. I expected that to be a fall. Oh. Loading. This game is amazing.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Yeah, I see. Oh.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay. Escape. That looks very enticing, but okay. We'll follow the main story a little until I feel otherwise. Button. What's that say?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Oh, this is very intimidating, I gotta say. Okay, there's another button. Employee observation protocol. I hate Mondays.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
No. Fired, okay.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
It's a metaphor. Sorry.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Had he?
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
He will. Okay. Five. Okay. I was kind of expecting something to happen there. Mind controls idle, awaiting input.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Okay, off or on? Alright, let's follow the main story. Oh, that was loud, sorry.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes.
Oh.
He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Oh. The end is never the end is never. Okay, that was cool. So alright, we finished the game. Alright, video's over. Thank you for watching. Sorry. Okay, so I assume that's like the main sort of quest line you're supposed to go on. So
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Now
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, now it really begins.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Yeah, so now we explore all of the different choices. I imagine we won't get everything in this video, but yeah. Play for an hour or two, and then if we want, we can do more in the future. But yeah.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, let's try left this time. Oh, it just... yeah.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay, sorry, broom closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh. Fire hose.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
My
Why
God.
did doors close automatically
have no
behind
feet.
him wherever he went?
Oh.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
It's the only reasonable explanation.
He thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it
broken the... well, fuck. Okay, let's go back. I want to see what actually happens there.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could...
Yeah, we seem to have just broken the game.
I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Oh no, Stanley.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd, and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be?
And how are
was
we
Stanley
floating?
simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream.
Yeah,
so he
definitely.
closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job.
We're married.
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
God damn it. Wow.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
What?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh, okay.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Great.
And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Oh, okay. Well, okay, that was, yeah, that was a thing. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Maybe. Hold on, I have to check one thing. Okay. Alright, sorry about that. Anyhow. Let's see. What do we do now? There is another
When Stanley
door here,
came
right?
to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes. This room. What
Lovely
a
room.
beautiful room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first
keep
open door
cutting
on
me
his
off.
left.
But what if we don't? What if we go this way?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Caution, do not lie. If you are lying right now, stop. Okay. But what if you're lying? Okay. What does this say? A2. Warning, do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion, will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift 1000. Okay. Yeah, just find your corpse. Yeah. Actually, is this door open? I must see. No. Okay.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
You
I'm
think?
not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Oh. Okay.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back
Who is
into
her?
your life. She's been waiting.
But door. Oh, okay. Also, there was a platform there that I bet we can make that jump. Urgent employees should never, under any circumstances, attempt. Oh. Lag. Oh. Okay, so I assume if we go there, we just, like, fall. Like, the other time. Can we go back? We can go back. Does anything happen if we go on the lift again? No. Okay. That's the only way we can go, it seems. Unless... No. Alright. We... Oh.
That's her, Stanley.
Eh?
You need to be the one to do this. To
Who
reach
is
out to
her?
her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
We just unplug it.
As Stanley picked
Wait.
up the phone, a white
I didn't expect that to work.
light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check.
You severely underestimate my incompetence.
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
No shit.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and
That's a lot
incorrect
of
choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Okay. All right.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if
what
used
is this
incorrectly,
game?
it can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking.
If a person does not make sense, they're not real.
My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack.
What? I'm sorry?
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay. Okay, that was a lot. Okay. Okay. Okay, do we try that again? Oh, this wasn't here.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying.
They added a gate and rails because they knew this.
Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Okay. Can we... Aww. can't fit. Oh, the door opened. Lovely. Okay, where do you want me to go now?
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Alright.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Damn it. What if we... I'm really tempted. Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Oh,
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided
alright, so it just continues
to
from the
go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, so there are no... They removed the staircase. Okay, so... This is... Okay, I'll give it this. This is very cool. I like this. Is there anything new in the bathroom? They removed the sign, and... Okay. The amount of detail in this is insane. And you only have one way to go now. This is new.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked,
I am the most
unraveled,
expensive
Stanley
boss.
wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work?
Okay.
There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Oh. Do I have... Does it detect your microphone? That would be interesting.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That's great.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we
think
can't
Stanley
get on
here
with the
can
story.
talk.
This is a crucial step.
Night Shark 115. I don't think it
Okay,
detects your microphone.
fine.
Yeah.
You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You...
Oh?
behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction.
Oh,
Perhaps we're not
okay.
too late.
I'm sorry.
it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work.
I'm
Why?
sorry.
For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I...
No. I feel bad now.
I have to shut the game down. I have to.
Oh, no.
I have to.
They're everywhere. Not. Oh. Okay. That doesn't seem to have worked.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley?
But why?
He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Oh.
Oh. My story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious.
Yeah,
it would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make...
Oh.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
And
Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay?
Oh.
Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Can you hear me? Is everything all right?
Credits roll, okay.
The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct.
I wonder what
You
happens
can't
if
be
we
wrong here.
picked
can
up the
work
phone
together.
there,
I'll accept
or
whatever you
didn't
do. I simply
unplug
need
it.
you to take that step forward, please. Choose.
No.
Do something. Anything. This
He
is more
sounds so
important than you'll
sad.
ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay.
Oh.
It's okay, I can wait. You need
I
time
feel
to
bad
decide.
now.
Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right.
Sorry, Leroy. Oh.
I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
No. The poor narrator. But the voice actor is like so good. Like wait, oh, this is different. It's still
When
going.
Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. This is weird. Oh, I don't know how I feel about this. Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room.
It's a lovely
take
room.
your time.
Alright, I'm sorry. This game is so, like, in-depth.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm tempted, though.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk?
I'll stick around a minute
All
to see if
because
anything is different here, but
everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all.
okay, I think it's about the same here. It might be, but yeah, I'll try again. I have an idea of where I want to go now. What? There's a call.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct?
Hang up.
Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly.
Wait, no.
Contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
Okay, that was a thing. That was a thing. Was this always this messy? Knowing your city. Okay. Wait. Awaiting input. Input received. What? Has that done something? Oh, we're getting the bad ending now because I did that. Oh no. Wait. Does everything have something on it? Oh, is this always like this? Or am I just insane? Okay. You know, we're just not gonna question that.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room? But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
But the button, we haven't done the button yet. Okay, I don't know what I expected to happen, but you know, that's about it.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track.
Yeah.
So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Oh, no worries, it happens.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
What were you
clearly...
thinking?
Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Sure.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay. Where does the other garage door go? Why is it there? And why is this truck on? I have so many questions. Oh.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler.
Oh,
quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just
sorry.
Back to, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Alright. Sounds good.
All of his co-workers were gone. What
Is this different?
mean? Stanley decided
Am I
to go
losing
to the
my
meeting
mind?
room. Perhaps he had
This looks
simply missed a
different.
memo.
Okay. This one doesn't even have a computer, it's just a pencil sharpener. Okay. Okay. This is very interesting. I'm curious if there's going to be anything different.
When Stanley... Wait.
Oh.
Wait, what? No, no, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything
There's
should
a
be...
few too many doors
Did
here.
something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
I don't
Did you
think so.
move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Obviously.
It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Okay, I want to go this one. But... Okay. Alright. Right wall strats. Oh, okay. Let's go this way. I guess that's very bright. Everyone knows what you did. They're just holding
I'll say it.
back to let you
This
torture
is the
yourself.
worst
I'm sorry. You know...
adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before.
Oh.
Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Oh, okay. This was against my will.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay.
Okay, yep, it's worse.
Yeah, it was
I might be
the worst.
remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from.
Okay.
Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay. Thank you. Uh-huh.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something.
Oh.
The story. Here it comes.
Okay. Wait. Wait. Oh,
No,
okay.
wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Yes, of course. Oh. Kind of non-liminal space. Oh.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't
Is
think
it?
so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
I think so.
Do you remember, Stanley?
Yes.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Yay!
Congratulations! I know
Great.
you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job.
Thank you. I know it's
no.
all me.
No, I don't feel right about this at all.
Oh.
We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
Oh, okay.
Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't
Yeah,
care
it's
what
a
might
little
happen this
creepy.
time. I have to restart.
Okay.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
Trademark.
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
The line, the subtitles are amazing. Okay. This is follow the line. Yeah. Oh. Okay. It's very ominous, just with like no music or anything.
You see? The line knows where the story
Even the
is.
subtitles. Trademark.
It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story?
Depends how you look at it, but I guess so.
Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Of course. What is this? Okay. Fantastic, yes. Okay, that feels a bit loud, sorry. What is this game? I love it.
Cut the music, go
Oh.
back and look at that fern.
I'm sorry. Okay, volume back up.
Stanley,
It's
this
a nice fern.
will be very important later in the story.
Uh-huh.
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want
Okay.
to miss anything.
It's a lovely fern, I gotta tell you. Nice foliage on it, you know. Anyways.
Wait, what? We're back at the office?
Oh.
No.
Door's
no,
closed now.
No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell? Oh, no, not
Okay.
again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been
betrayal.
through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Okay. Okay, we still have the lion.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us?
Yeah.
We're intelligent people, right?
Yeah.
Why can't we make up our own story? Something
course.
exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Sure. That sounds lovely.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Oh. Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
no.
not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or
Okay.
monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Alright. It doesn't exist. It's... Oh. Okay, I acknowledge it. I'm sorry.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay. So I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that
Very
in
true.
turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one.
Oh,
Another
okay.
victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Flawless logic. Okay. The confusion ending.
What's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one
Oh
giant
my
ending.
god.
And we're supposed to restart the game what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined?
Oh.
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget?
Find a
Well, what if I
bookstore,
don't
get
want to
bored and
forget?
leave. Narrator restarts
My
the game.
mind goes
Narrator is
blank
gone
simply
after a
because
long
it's
time.
written here
Stanley
on
dies.
this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really?
Yeah.
No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer...
So both the doors lead to this place. It's the illusion of choice.
Stopped?
Oh.
Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The,
cycle.
Whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
Maybe.
So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know.
Yeah.
I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Hop.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. So things do seem to still be different. Okay. This is mildly concerning. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Of course, yes. No, the broom closet. No.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah. Exit. Okay, it's back. Yay. Okay, can we go in here now again? We can. Oh. Okay, that's another thing to check out just in the base storyline. Just remember that, will you?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number,
yes.
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Never.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
Yes.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh, has it just, you know, reverted back to the main storyline? Maybe? I have so many questions as to, like, the world of this. This is amazing. Okay. Can we go back up? Go back up.
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me.
Yeah, silly.
Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Yeah, maybe it's different. You never know. Still
Here we
the
are,
office.
Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. it's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have. An incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Alright, let's go back down
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
How does he do it?
Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he?
You know what I have to do?
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No.
Of course.
It's time once again to go back up in the elevator.
Yes.
I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
I know.
Oh my god. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me.
It's an amazing
Give me a
plot
time
point.
out here for a minute while I process this.
Alright. Oh. Okay. I always wanted one of those things when I was younger. The bird water thing.
Okay, I'm ready.
Oh.
I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No! No, wait!
Oh.
No! I need more time to process.
Oh, okay. Banger music, by the way.
All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Thank you. Damn it. Alright, we have continued the story, progressed the plot. Go back down now.
Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it.
Yes.
That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
No. Okay, I'll stop fucking with the narrator now.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
No.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh. Oh, that's too bad. Death is optional after all. You can just choose not to die.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Sure did.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yeah. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Ah, that sounded like it hurt.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is.
It's the Plato's
Perhaps
cave
his death
thing.
was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man.
Oh,
And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
farewell, narrator. It's been a pleasure. Ah,
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
ah. Oh. Okay. The Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
A good question. And
When
Oh.
every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same.
this is true.
Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
My god. Shocking plot twist. Office layout. Oh yeah. The two doors. Very first concrete piece, yeah. The office. Button sounds. Beautiful. Credits. Lovely. Solitaire. Oh, do we go left or right here, though? Let's go left. Maintenance room. That's how we got here. Fun. Yay. Oh, how do we get that? I want the money. The lounge. An early version of the lounge. Oh. Not picking up the phone will lead to a different ending. That's stressing me out. Okay. Oh, it just resets. Okay. Cool. There's so many different ways to go. Oh my gosh. Zending levers. Part of the Zending. Okay. Haven't gotten that yet. Is that spoilers? Oh. Countdown desk. Lovely. There are so many ways to go. I'm lost already. There's no takes. Given writing, the voice of the narrator.
Finally, he pushed the number 9.
Roughly 3 separate times over 2 years of
When
development.
Stanley came to the lift, he traveled upward to the power source at the top of the facility to end this injustice forever.
Ooh, that's 2
Then he
years
pushed the
of
number 4.
recording. That's amazing. We haven't been up here, right? Exit.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. how they wish to control one another,
Oh.
how they both wish to be free.
Very interesting. Oh.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Oh.
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You
Uh-huh.
can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game.
No.
As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever
There
you
is
do,
no
choose
choice.
it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
That noise. Oh. It sounded crunchy. Okay, is this new? Are there still new things?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, I think we might have started again. Okay, that was cool. That was very cool. It gives you lots of like very interesting food for thought and everything. But yeah. I was not expecting all of this, you know, philosophical stuff. New content. Okay, Alright, so I know that the Stanley Parable Deluxe edition, or Ultra Deluxe, whatever it's called, you know, has like this explicit door for new content. We haven't finished the main game, so I won't go there yet. We'll go there eventually. We'll find the new stuff.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, where do we... Right, there is an elevator in the main office that I want to check out.
Yet there was not a single person
Just
here
speed run
either.
through this.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his
still
boss's
closed.
office, hoping he... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, elevator. I want to go up. Up. Yeah, this elevator jazz is the best. Lovely bossa nova. Lovely. This is a lengthy elevator ride. Is the narrator humming along? That's amazing. Why is that one just glowing? Is it just me, or is it starting to shake more? Am I going insane? Is it just me? Oh. We're back here? Real? Okay, what happens if we go down? Okay. Wow. Okay, that's cool. I like how that's just a little, like, side area with, you know, the narrator humming along to some bossa nova. Okay. I know where I want to go. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, that's always there now. I like that. That's good.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Like, I just like can't even describe like just how how genius this is. Just like really visualizing how, you know, choice matters so much, and sometimes it doesn't matter. It's the illusion of choice. All of this philosophical things, references to like the Plato's cave thing, if you've ever heard of that. I'm sure there'll be other, you know, references to famous philosophical problems and moral stuff, but like this game is really good. I like this quite a lot. Let me know what you think of it as well. If you have thoughts or commentary on it. I know my commentary isn't terribly insightful, but you know.
Room, Stanley for the first time understood true, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh, rude.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
I'm
Are you
sorry.
that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look,
I know.
let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Okay. Okay. I feel a little bad now, but danger everywhere. Wait. I thought that was a typo. Dude, just wood. Okay. I have to check all the doors. No buckets past this point. Okay. Well, glad we don't have a bucket.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have to see what happens.
Perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
No. No, I'm...
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map, because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Very much worth it.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Okay.
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before.
Yes.
Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version.
Okay.
Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Okay. Okay. So, it was definitely a work in progress, you know. It lasted about 5 seconds, but I think it really has some potential here, so I'm gonna give it Give it a 3.
Oh, of course. A 3. Really? Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion, you know?
Excuse
Any level
me?
of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings. Does that sound good? Think we can do that? Yes? Wonderful.
Oh.
Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version.
Okay,
And to
okay.
be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one.
I'm sure you
Let's
have.
take a look.
Can't wait. The Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. For good old Neil, Skid, Nicho Nacho, voila, Hog. Okay. There's more missing textures now. Do you know that 21.3% of players skip the intro sequence? And now. To the correct door. Cool. Anyhow, that was cool.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors?
100%.
Again, honest answers, please.
Yes.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and
okay.
now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
Alright, sounds great.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
No, not at all.
Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Yay.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice.
Yeah.
But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be
Okay.
sure to keep notes on your experience.
Alright.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if
everyone
it's the
pisses
latter,
you
well,
off
I don't
more.
know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me.
I'm sorry.
I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done.
Oh, okay.
It's over.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable.
Yay, I'm glad.
Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain.
Oh,
Let's
it was
see.
lovely. I loved it. I loved watching the child burn.
Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
I can't.
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted, erotic purpose. Yes,
Truck
that must be
Alaska.
it.
Yeah.
What a fascinating venture into the
America.
experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley.
It's
and it
lovely.
seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Minecraft door noise. Okay. It's very breezy. I've just gone out the wrong way immediately. Okay. I'm so good at video games, guys. Definitely.
Oh, no. No, it can't be.
Oh. Is it open world? Oh, that's cool.
It is. It's an open
Oh my god.
world game. Good God, quickly, block it off.
Oh. No. No.
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. I really wandered off into that
What's
thing.
so bad about
that
open
big,
world?
open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just
Sometimes
go
there
in
is
any...
no right or wrong narrator.
Oh, thank heavens we avoided it.
Uh-huh.
We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Looks like someone has control issues.
Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Okay. Alright, I'm hyped. Is this just
Wonderful.
Rocket League?
See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
Okay, how do we get lost?
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun.
Sports ball.
We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together.
All right.
Yes, I think
Let's
surely
score a
we
touchdown
must.
here. This is a football
okay, Stanley,
field.
here's the ball. Have fun.
Okay. Oh, it has been a very long time since I played Rocket League. Okay, bit of backstory. I used to be very sweaty in this game. I think I was in like the platinum ranking. I think I could be wrong. That's about like halfway up. I could be wrong, but you know, yeah, stopped playing because the competitiveness.
Are you
got
doing
to
it?
me.
Are you winning? Is this fun? Is
Are
it
you
better
winning,
than my
son?
miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience.
I love
I'm
balls.
going to try it out. Here comes another ball. Yes. Oh, goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it?
Doesn't it?
Stanley, I'm like a
Knocking
child in
our
a
balls around,
confectionery
it feels
shop.
amazing.
I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable.
He's insatiable.
More balls!
Oh my god. Yes. This is wonderful. Peak gaming. We're also very short. I don't like how
Are
short
you
we are.
enjoying this, Stanley? Are you having fun? Is this a real video game? Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over.
What?
That's right. Your little fun comes to an end. This is
my
my
balls.
game, and what I say goes. You get to have
Okay.
fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I am structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley.
No.
I'm leaving.
No.
See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules.
Oh,
Somehow,
okay.
I don't think you'll enjoy it as much. But who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best. Take care, Stanley.
Goodbye. This is so much fun. Yay. What happens if we go in the thing?
Hold on. What are you doing?
Oh no.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
No. Oh no. Filing cabinets. Okay, where do we go now? Okay. Where? Oh. It's a horror game now. Oh. Ah, okay. There's a light. Oh. Interesting. Okay, we can't interact with anything. Sad.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way.
Yes.
Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back.
Okay.
The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Oh, that's very, very unsettling, narrator. Okay. Okay, I want to see if anything
All
is
of his
different.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
And then, we've been recording for about an hour and 40 minutes here. I think I'll probably, like, end it off.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he
Yeah.
entered the door on his left.
Okay. Okay, so this has been like really cool. I like this. We're gonna continue this in the future. But yeah, let me know what you thought of this. I'm getting a bit tired. It's rather late, but yeah. Let me know what you thought of this. Your insightful comments, always appreciated. But yeah, I love this so far. This is amazing. Just all of the insightful commentary metaphors in it are wonderful. And the narrator is, the voice actor is so good. His voice is just very nice. But yeah. Anyhow, thank you very much for watching. We'll be continuing this in the future. And also, if you're in the US, as of recording this, tomorrow is Thanksgiving. If you celebrate it, happy Thanksgiving. If not, have a nice Thursday tomorrow. But yeah, I will see you all in the next one. Bye. Goodbye.